Life is a real paradox. Sometimes I find the simplest wisdom is not necessarily easy to be applied on a daily practicality of life, especially when it comes to human communication. So one of my favorite authors, Don Miguel Ruiz, who wrote The Four Agreements, in it talked about do not take anything personally. So the first time I read it years ago, it's like, hell yeah, I want to be at that place. I wonder how peaceful could I feel if I don't take anything personally, right? And the other day, I had this humbling experience that was experienced through a conflicting situation in intense communication with my dear friend, and where we found each other having this polar opposite of perception or perspective toward things that we found ourselves like we're totally on a different page, right? Um, and at the time, I felt not being seen by the person. I felt not being heard. I felt insecure. I felt there's something wrong with me, or he's judging me for being too abrasive, too aggressive, or standing up for what I want or what I am trying to convey. And anyway, that experience, I'm still chewing on it, I'm processing through it, but I've learned something very important, which is about how easy it was for everyone to project out of fear, out of our insecurity, when there is a conflicting situation happening. I want to protect myself. I need to stand up for myself. I need to make sure that the other person get what I'm saying here. So anyway, whenever you feel you are taking things personally, I want you to just try to imagine that your head looks like this. So this is a terrestrial globe, right? So imagine our head space is a representation of our inner world. So each one of us, we all look like this, but from different cultural lens, different educational system that we were being conditioned, from different life experiences, different trauma. And through this inner world that we are trying to sort ourselves out, at the same time trying to have communication with the other person in the outer world, how difficult could that be? It's like we're being sandwiched by our inner world. We're still trying to figure ourselves out and trying to understand the other person's inner world. It's a challenging task to be human, right? So I just want to say, whenever we get caught up in this intense, polarizing energy of any conflicting situation, allow yourself to imagine the other person's inner world looking like this terrestrial globe, knowing that they are doing their best to understand you from their lens, from their point of view, from their way of experiencing life, from their unhealed wounds, trauma, whatever that is, right? And me too, us, we giving ourselves permission to feel that self-forgiveness. I'm sorry, I mean, I don't agree with what you said because it's limited in my current perspective or consciousness to understand from my inner world of what's going on here that you're trying to deliver. So in order to allow ourselves to not take things personal, to be less judgmental of one another, how can I'm asking myself, how can I be more open to see the other person, acknowledge them for who they are, and seeing them trying their very best to understand me, trying to understand us from their current viewpoint, current consciousness. So that's my point. I hope this serves you if you ever are going through your own personal situations or so. And feel free to share down below in the comment if you find yourself peaceful enough to not taking anything personally. I would love to know. So take good care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.